Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another mixed media mayhem recipe for you guys today, and I am combining it with my Kit Conspiracy kit, which is the C'est La Vie from P13 mashed up with 49 and Market's Summer Porch. So I've got a couple scraps here from Summer Porch. That is the Daydream paper, and it's this gorgeous red paper with this striped branding strip. I just had to add it because I was looking for something that goes with my photos. And my photos are of a Mexican restaurant that we went to in Victoria, Canada. So I've also got my two foundation papers in this gorgeous dark blue color from the Summer Porch collection. And then I have 3 pieces of white cardstock. I'm going to go and map my photos on one of the white cardstocks. And then the other one is going to be used for my mixed media. So for my wet mixed media, the part of the recipe, I'm going to be using a Heidi Swap spray in Ocean, and then of course my Dina Wakley in white. For the texture part, I have this ribbon that Janet graciously let me use, and then of course for blue I have lots of blue. I also put all of my embellishments within this 3-pocketed tray, and then I pulled in some rub-on transfers from Summer Porch, as well as bringing in the die cut pack. So I just felt like I needed a little bit more labels, so that way I had a room to write my journaling. So that's the only reason why I brought these in, because looking at the laser cut piece, I needed a little something. And then inside this Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Coastal Cruise, oh no, I forgot what it was called. There was a couple things in here. There was a couple tiny words that I wanted to use, as well as some possible alphas. But then by the time I got the layout put together, I did not end up using the alphas. In fact, I tried to use them 3 times. So as you can see, my desk looks a little different, and that is because I am at a crop. And what does that mean? That means a lot of interruptions. So this video does get quite choppy, and seeing how this is my very first video at a crop, it takes me a long time to get in the groove of making layouts. So again, this one is going to be a little bit choppy because I'm concentrating on my surroundings, and then I'm also trying to remember where I was when it comes to pausing and restarting a layout. So I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to make some banner pieces. And I thought it would look really cool, especially for this restaurant. I love the yellow that is in this in these photos. And the thing about these yellow is it reminds me of last week's kit of the of the Comfort and Joy, because it had a lot of yellow elements. However, I did not bring anything but my C'est La Vie and Summer Porch elements to this crop because I had a couple layouts that I needed to get done. As you can see, I've got a brand new craft mat. Well, it's not actually brand new, if I'm being honest. It is a craft mat that I use at a different station in my office. So it's actually never been on video. It's a little shy, but I do use it at another desk for other reasons other than just crafting. I love these craft mats, you guys, and eventually it's my goal to have one at every station just because of how handy they are, and then I don't ruin my actual desks if I ever need a craft knife or anything. If I need to paint something on the fly that I can't use my my main desk for, or my crafty desk, these are very, very handy to have, especially in this, I believe it's 24 by 18 size. It's absolutely perfect. As you know, my discount code for these craft mats, not that you guys are, I'm not a seller, you guys, but I had a discount code for these, and the company decided to do a little bit of switch when it came to affiliate links, and so the discount code got reduced from 20% to 15%, which I still think is a great offer. for these. So I do have a link down below if you guys are curious. And just so you know, if you do use the link, I get a little bit of kickback for sharing my experiences with you guys with these amazing craft mats. Also, too, one of the things that I have to brag about is they just came out with a mega ruler, which is awesome. It is all magnetic and it comes in either 6 inches or 12 inches and just fabulous. Okay, boring part is over with the with my layout. I just took my banner pieces, I fishtailed them all or dovetailed them, whichever way you guys want to call them. And then I scuffed up the edges because I love doing that on all of my nautical-ish layouts. Now I'm going to work on the background, which is the mixed media part. So for my mixed media recipe, I have texture, blue, and wet medium. I love this. This was absolutely perfect for our C'est La Vie and Summer Porch mashup kit. So this is why I brought in my rub-ons, is because I wanted a messy mixed media background, but I didn't want to make a mess at a crop. It's very hard to clean up a mess when you're not in your own element, and a sink might not be nearby, or paper towels, something, right? So every time that I think of a messy mixed media, I always think of 49 and Market's rub-ons or All in Create's rub-ons. They've got some really great distressed background rub-ons to play with and create an amazing background that made it look like you did a lot of work. I especially love 49 and Markets because of the fact that I could just use my fingernail, rub it on, and bam, it's on my page. They layer up really nicely. You can see through all of them, everything. And I took a little sip of something and it got my paper wet down at the bottom, but it'll dry here really soon, hopefully. But it doesn't really show up. This is White Daisy cardstock that I'm using for my base. Unfortunately, it is no longer available. It makes me so sad because they were amazing for mixed media, light mixed media like this, or like that little dot on my paper, because it's not going to stay warpy. It's not going to stay like that, hopefully. Okay, so I went ahead and I added my rub-ons on. Now I'm adding my wet medium, which is just these sprays, and I'm going to splatter to make it look like the rub-ons extend farther than what they did. So I'm just illusioning that image just a little bit farther. And then of course I also added in a little bit of Distress ink spray in black, so that way I could add a little bit, because there's black words all over the rub-ons and things like that. So I just wanted to add a little bit more. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my banner pieces down officially now that my background is done. And once you add the elements back in, all the little gaps and holes and things that don't make sense start to make sense. I just love this reveal when it comes to creating a background. And of course, I'm constantly talking. My table mates are Cindy. I love Cindy. Thank you so much for an amazing weekend, Cindy. And then, of course, Janet. I have Janet over on the right of me, and it is just fabulous to chit chat and talk. And I have to say, I spent the very first day doing nothing but talking and visiting with the girls. And so this is actually day 2 of the retreat where I started actually creating. Like I said, it took me quite a while to get into the groove. And of course, I chopped out a bunch because I laid down my banner pieces and then I sat for probably about an hour. I made the background and then I sat waiting for it to dry instead of using my heat tool, which I did not bring, so I couldn't use it anyways. But still, it just seemed to me like I constantly was procrastinating putting these layouts together, if I'm being honest. And I think it was just because I was so excited to have a break and get away for a hot minute. Even though I'm technically working, I don't see my scrapbook layouts and my video recordings as working. I just don't. They are super uber fun. I love sharing them with you guys. I just love it all. So there is quite a bit of a story behind these photos. I don't know if I should tell you the story now, because I do have I have 2 other videos. I have two other layouts that are going to go in between these two pages, this double page layout. And honestly, I could talk about something else with the next video. But for this one, it was just random. So this was on the I don't know if they call it a boardwalk, but it was at the docks. This restaurant was at the docks in Victoria, and we decided that we were going to take a long bus ride, head over to the Aviation Museum, and then come back and see how much time we have before getting back on the ship, right? And when I say we were with another couple that went with us on the cruise. So I spent the day in Sitka with Janet and her husband, and then Lynn and her husband joined us in Victoria. And I thought it was great that we each got to spend a day with each other. And then one of the other ports, Janet and Lynn spent the whole day with each other too. So I just thought that that was fabulous. I thought it was great that we were able to have that one-on-one time with each other and just explore one of the ports and everything. But we were walking by, and for some reason, this restaurant has just Mexican seafood wrote down on its side. And I don't know why, but that seemed very odd to me. Like, so strange. I could not fathom having Mexican seafood. I don't know if it was just the wording of it. I don't know, because the more that I think about it, the more it's not that strange, because we actually get quite a bit of shrimp in our Mexican dishes back at home. So why was that weird to me? I don't know. But we talked about it for about a block of how strange Mexican seafood sounded, at least to me. And so we giggled about it and we laughed about it. And I don't know why it was so funny. I don't understand. But at the time, it just was random. Like, I just thought it just was so weird. And so, yeah, I definitely wasn't grasping the whole concept until we ordered our food. And then it's like, that's right. We always get shrimp, and shrimp is seafood. But for some reason, it wasn't kicking in. The whole thing was weird to me. Okay, so yeah, I know the story is kind of lame. I get it, but it's one of those where you had to have been there to get it. Everybody was laughing at me, because it was just, my reaction was weird. Their logo is even a shrimp, but just the words Mexican seafood was weird to me, and I couldn't grasp the concept. So I made fun of it. Our whole walk to the bus stop, and then of course on the ride of the bus stop, I got distracted. And then our whole walk back, because we had to decide, we had plenty of time to sit and eat. Of course, it was very, very cold. It started to pick up the wind, but we had time to enjoy some cuisine. And so this was where we decided to eat, which was random, because it's like, I'm not eating there. That just sounds weird for some reason. And this is where we did, and it was the best food. I mean, fabulous food. So anyways, I did pick out some of the elements. I fussy cut everything out of my C'est La Vie piece of paper that was fussy cut. I undid all of the elements from the laser cut, and I chose all the oceany sea coral pieces in this light brown to help decorate my food, to help do that seafood type of thing. And even though I didn't have a shrimp, I did go ahead and add my seahorses, which I thought were fabulous. They were so pretty. And that is my layout. I've got plenty of room to do the writing. I did add 2 journaling spots on either side because, like I said, there is going to be an insert in between these 2 pages. So that way they are kind of companion pages rather than, so I will be bringing back a couple of the same papers and whatnot. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. Like I said, the story was funny at the time, but now that I'm saying it out loud, it's kind of awkward and weird. I guess you had to have been there. I'm not really sure. So anyways, for Mixed Media Mayhem, I have a playlist down below. I also have links to our Facebook group for Mixed Media Mayhem and the album in case you're already part of our Facebook group and you want to just go and see anyone else that is playing along with our recipe and see those layouts within the album. And then don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. She is my partner in crime when it comes to kit conspiracy, and I cannot wait to see how she used her summer porch layout or kit. So anyways, again, thank you so much, and I will check y'all later. Bye.